All right. Which lines or segments are parallel? Can we determine which lines or segments are parallel? All right. How can we determine which lines or segments are parallel? Well, not angle bisector, but we notice, guys, quiet. We notice here this angle and this angle, right? Which two lines that are running the same direction do the TNS, they attach to which lines are run the same direction? Does it attach this S at all? No, just E and D. Ed. Ed's parallel. Exactly. Because this is the one that attached to here, right? And it attaches this one here, right? It doesn't touch this one at all. We don't know what the angle of this one is. So we can't say that it's parallel to that one. But we can say these are parallel because those angles are the same. Notice the angles here? Same angles right here. So that's why D and E, because they're attached to these here. This here, this line here is actually a transversal. What was that? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, what about on number 2?
Would it be D and C across?
Which ones are parallel here, Kaylin? Can we say this one's parallel to this one? Why? We don't know what the angle of this is. Here's where my angle is, and here's where my angle is. Which two lines that look parallel are they attached to? AB and BC. Let's try this again. Let's take a look at this one, Jacob. Which two lines here do we know are parallel? RP and SQ? Yeah. You're right. And here's why. I want you to look at this. Which line on here does not have an angle attached to it? This one here, right? So obviously these two we don't know they're parallel because there's no angles attached to it. It's the other ones. What about down here? Let's take a look at number 4. Which two lines are parallel? Yes, Evan. Yep. AC, BD. We've got this line right here, which is really our transversal we're working off of. Danny, number 5. We're not done yet here, sunshine. Number 5. Which line do we not have an angle attached to it? H. So these can't be parallel, right? Yeah. It's U and T. These two right here are the ones that are parallel. Lily. Which ones are parallel? B and E? Huh? B and E. Because these are the ones that have this is the transversal through it. This is the ones where they're attached. Okay. That's all that part of it. You got 3 problems that are going to be on your assignment that will be you have to determine which ones are parallel. All right? On the... All right. On this one here. Listen up. On this one here, there's 2 things you have to worry about. Do you set the 2 angles equal to each other, or do you add them together to get 180 degrees? These 2 here, are these the same angles right here? This angle here and this angle here? What kind of angles are they? Alternate exterior angles. So we would set them equal to each other. 2x plus 6 equals 42. And we'd solve it. How about this one here? Do we set them equal to each other, or do we add them together to equal 180? Add them together. This one here, because these are interior angles, right? So we're going to add these together. 98 plus 3x minus 17 equals 180. And then we solve it. That's all you have to do. You have to look to see if it equals 180 or are they the same angles. And if they're the same angles, then you set them equal to each other. And you solve for x. All right? That's what your homework's going to be like, guys. What you want to do? Assessment 3.3. Here's what you got. You got 3 of them. Determine which are the parallel lines. You got 3 of them to solve for x.
Can you keep that up there? Keep that up there. Keep it up there, please.
For what? Blue herrings? No.